Janelle. We'll call this Atwater City Council to order August 22nd, 2022. Pledge of Allegiance by Pastor Miller. I'd like to do that. And then the invocation by Daniel Perez. Please remain standing for the invocation.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Lord. I thank you for allowing us to openly and freely meet, God, as we discuss business for our city, Lord. Just please be with our officials, our leaders, God, as they turn to you for guidance and counsel, Lord. Please be with our men and women in law enforcement and in fire and in ambulance as they are out protecting us, God. Allow us to have peace here tonight and allow us to look towards you for guidance. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Roll call.
Ambrose,
Here.
Button,
Here.
Kale,
Here.
Raymond,
Here.
Creighton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Subsequent need items.
Mayor, there are none.
Approval of agenda is minute or posted.
Motion to approve the agenda is posted.
Second.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Button,
Yes.
Kale,
Yes.
Raymond,
Yes.
Creighton.
Yes.
Motion passes.
There was no closed session, so there will be no report out of closed session. Presentations. Presentation regarding the Air Board efforts in the San Joaquin Valley. Air Pollution Control Officer Holt.
Mayor Creighton,
Hi, welcome.
thank you for letting us be here. And I have to say, we might be related. I'm a Creighton, my mom's a Creighton from Florida. So if you've got any relatives in the South, I've got a big history.
I think, they're starting to migrate everywhere.
See, there you go. Thank you all so much for letting us be here. I'm going to go kind of quickly and over some of the first slides. You guys can read it. The basics are that we've got a big challenge in the valley. Air quality has improved over the last 20 years. We still have a long ways to go to get to meet the standards that are put in front of us. And we have two strategies that basically we implement to do that. One's regulations, which you're probably familiar with. The other's grants. So I'm going to have you, Janelle, just go past the good movement, past reductions in air pollution, past improvements in ozone, past improvements in wintertime air quality, and past some of our kind of core beliefs of what we're doing to get to the meat of this. We've got money and we'd love for you guys to take advantage of it. That's the bottom line. We've got grants for businesses and public agencies, the big ones, and where there is big money right now that we would love for you all to take advantage of has to do with mobile sources. Mobile sources are one of the biggest emitters in the valley. We can't regulate mobile sources, that's CARB. So that's the California Air Resources Board. We are actually making sure that we bring funds from the state and federal government so that there's money for that early adoption in some of those new technologies that are out there. We have a clean fuel infrastructure program. If you want to put in place a fuel infrastructure station that's maybe CNG, electric, even hydrogen is back on the table, which is crazy because that was something people were talking about 20 years ago, but it's back on the table. If you all want to take your commercial landscape equipment and take from gasoline powered to electric, we have money to do that. And I will tell you, that's the one that makes a lot of sense. The equipment that is out there for commercial grade landscaping that is electric is now at the level it will actually work all day. You can actually run it like a workhorse, and you don't have to put gas in it. You don't have to maintain it the way you do your gas-powered products. It really is a net benefit, and the fact that we give you money to make that change is huge. We'll swap out some of your buses. We'll swap out some of your fleet vehicles. We'll swap out some of the trucks that you might have. We'll put in electric charging stations for the public that they can access. Maybe they have a little swipe card or they use a credit card, but you can have those in your community for those electric vehicles that are coming. Next slide, please. Just very briefly, we have a lot of money for our ag partners. If you have constituents that are in the agricultural community, really let them know that there's lots of money out there for tractors, for trucks, for low dust nut harvesting equipment, to help them with the state mandated phase out of open burning. Lots of money available, lots going on in this arena right now. Send them to us and we'll be able to get you some of that funding. Next slide, please. I want to talk real briefly about 3 programs that your constituents might be very interested in. The first one's Drive Clean. Basically helps you with your vehicle. We'll give you a voucher basically to get your car repaired if you're having trouble passing smog. Those are called our tune-in, tune-up events. And it's basically if you have an older vehicle and it's belching that black smoke out of the back, we will help you get that vehicle cleaned up. Replace, if you have an older vehicle, 2006 or older, we might, and you're low income, living in a disadvantaged community, we might be able to get you into a cleaner, used vehicle that may or may not be an electric vehicle. We'll give you up to $9,500 to do that. And then if you just want to try out one of these crazy electric vehicles, I did it a few years ago, I'm now on my 3rd. I have to tell you, people joke about how much it was during the summer, put gas in their tanks, and I just laughed at it. We'll give you money to go out and try an electric vehicle, both a hybrid plug-in electric vehicle or 100% all-electric vehicle. Next slide, please. We also have a residential arm of the lawnmower program. 2 things I want to point out. If you want to replace your old gas-powered lawnmower, we'll give you a whole bunch of money to crush that gas-powered lawnmower and replace it with an electric. But let's say you just want to go to Home Depot and you want to buy some new lawn care equipment. You want to buy a lawnmower, you want to buy an electric trimmer, you want to buy a weed whacker. Go and buy it. You don't need to crush anything. We'll give you a rebate on that, between $25 and $50. Go, put your information in our little application, take a photo of your receipt, upload it, and we'll send you a check. It's easy. We want folks to realize that electric lawn care equipment is here. And I think in many instances, it's so much easier than gas-powered lawn equipment. Next slide, please. We also have a burn cleaner incentive program. If you want to take your wood-burning fireplace or your wood-burning insert or your wood-burning stove and replace it with a gas device, we will give you some funding for that. Little secret, there's a chance that the incentive amount in this might be going up in the next couple of months. So if you are thinking about this, maybe give us until October, November. You might see this incentive amount go up. I don't say that for every county, but you're in one of those counties where it might be going up. Next slide, please. I'm going to pass through this one. If you need air quality information, we have an app. I will tell you it's wildfire season. You all probably already know that. So smoke might be coming at any minute. You can download our app at Valley Air. You can go to our website, valleyair.org/wildfires, and get the most up-to-date information. Also tells you what to do if we do have one of those smoke out events where that smoke just pours into the valley and you go outside and you can smell it. It smells like there's a campfire going next door. You can definitely take advantage of the tools that are online. Right now, we have what's called our Clean Air Room Pilot Grant Program. If you live in a disadvantaged community, and I will tell you most of the valley is considered by the state, for better or worse, to be a disadvantaged community, you can go to our website, go to grants, click residents. At the very top, Clean Air Room Pilot Program. We're giving away free in-home air purifiers. These are the little ones. They purify a room that's maybe 250 square feet. They are going fast. So if you're interested in that, I would encourage you to go this week and sign up for that. That's the Clean Air Room Pilot Program. Last slide. You can go to our website, find all about that. The reason I am here is because we have an outstanding governing board member, Councilmember Deborah Lewis, who is from Los Banos, and she has really taken seriously the fact that she was selected to be on our board by the California League of Cities by one of you. So she has asked that we come out to the community, that we talk to you all primarily about the money we have. I could spend an hour going on about all sorts of things and you guys would fall asleep, but I'm gonna let Deborah, Councilmember Lewis, just say 1 minute and then we'll let you guys get back to your meeting.
Welcome. How's Los Banos?
We're hanging in there.
Good.
Thank you, Jamie. And I want to thank you for giving us the time to be here today. Thank you for your board electing me to represent Merced County, for the cities within Merced County to this board. My primary goal is to make sure that information gets out to the communities and that the incentives that are available to residents within our city, that they have access to that information. Jamie touched on very quickly just about a lot of things that the board has to offer. One of the things that I like to talk about is the fireplace insert. I changed mine out in 2000 because I heard this law was coming down. I'm not eligible for any of those incentives, but anywhere from $1,500 up to $2,500, I'm hoping that it'll go up to $3,000 at some point to help people replace their wood-burning fireplaces. The state has not made a mandate yet on burning regarding fireplaces, but you can imagine that it's going to come down because January 1st, 2025, they will not allow any ag burning in the communities and farmlands anymore. So the cleanup tune-up, they'll have that posted on the website. Anywhere that it's happening within Merced County, any of your residents can go there, whether it's Los Banos, whether it's Merced, no matter where it's being held, they can go there. They will test your car to make sure that you can meet smog, and if you can't, they'll give you money to help you meet the smog. So the one thing I'd like to request and hopefully get cities to do is to at least post the website connection to the Air Board on your front webpage so that people can go there and figure out what incentives they're entitled to. One of the things we're working on in Los Banos right now is to get grant money, which is up to $115,000, I think, to upgrade our chambers so that we can do not only live, but Zoom simultaneously in case there are some members of the board that cannot, council that cannot show up to a meeting, that they could still be on the meeting via Zoom. So that's an opportunity for your council if you don't have that available to you now, and I would encourage you to go to the website and look at that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for coming over. Thank you, Jamie.
I'm gonna look for you, see if we're related.
All right, we'll be at the family reunion. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to go to one of the local restaurants or get coffee before you leave town.
Oh, 100%, it's on my left.
Monthly report, Merced County District Supervisor McDaniel.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. I'll make this quick. I do regret announcing that our Assistant CEO, David Marioni, will be leaving the county. He's accepted a job and was approved by the council of the city of Hollister. He'll be the Assistant City Manager over there. But the recruiting process has already opened up and will be going on through September 7th and scheduling for interviews to take place on September 22nd. I want to thank staff, county staff and city staff got together talking about the agreement out at Castle. Appreciate that very much. Sounds like it was very fruitful. I got a great report back from staff, so looking forward to continuing that on. I think there's already a meeting scheduled for a follow-up, so that's good. Merced County labor force continue to drop. We're not quite there. We're at 7%. Or 6.7%, we were 7% in June, so we've dropped a little bit. We're not quite with the state. State's at 3.8 with a 3.9, California 3.8 percentage for the nation. But this is one of some of the best employment numbers we've seen in Merced County, definitely since before COVID. Our county health officer accepted the offer made, so Dr. Sandoval will continue being our health officer. We'll see, the board has to approve the appointment tomorrow. Are there any questions?
Dr. Sandoval was the one in charge during COVID, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. You know where I stand.
I'd have to agree with Raymond.
Well, actually, he wasn't there at the beginning of COVID.
He finished it up though. But thank you and have a great day. And
You got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor.
consent calendar.
Background information has been provided on all matters listed under the consent calendar, and these items are considered to be routine. All items under the consent calendar are normally approved by one motion. If discussion is requested on any item, that item will be removed from the consent calendar for separate action.
Okay, I'm going to open the public comment now for consent calendar. Are there any members of the public in the chamber who'd like to come forward on this item? Please come forward, state your name for the public. Do we have any speaker cards?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Nobody wants to talk about anything on consent? It's really juicy stuff. Okay, council?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Motion by Raymond, second by Kale.
Raymond?
Yes.
Kale?
Yes.
Button?
Yes.
Ambrose?
Yes.
Creighton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 7, reports and presentation from staff, awarding professional service agreement for the Bellevue Road Reconstruction and Realignment Project Study Report, Project Development Support, Community Development Director Thompson.
Good afternoon, evening,
Mr. Mayor and members of the council, and thank you for your consideration this evening. Tonight before you, we're asking that the City Council approve entering into a contract for a project PSRM, Project Study Report Equivalent. It is a requirement because of the source of fundings that the city is going to approach for the reconstruction and reconnection of Bellevue Road to Highway 99 in the northern Atwater area to allow traffic more easy access to the northern part of the city that's currently disrupted by some existing facilities of Dole International. We went through an RFP process for this company to perform this. Mark Thomas was the company that stood out amongst that selection committee, and we have successfully negotiated with their team and asked for the award of this contract. A project study equivalent or report equivalent is a necessary first step in any projects that we seek Measure V on that exceed $1 million in value. I think there's been a lot of discussion amongst the council members and the public. I think everybody is pretty excited about this particular project. It's been about 20 years in the making. So we very, very much appreciate the dialogue that we had with Mark Thomas. And I believe there's some individuals in the audience, if you'd like to step forward and introduce yourself this evening.
Welcome.
Good evening. I'm Ed Noriega with Mark Thomas. We've done a lot of work in Merced County from the Atwater Merced Expressway, Campus Parkway, and a few others. We're excited to help the city and the county deliver this project.
And as Mr. Noriega had mentioned, I just wanted to point out to the council, this was a very unique situation with MCAG, and that the County of Merced and the City of Atwater have entered into a joint application. We'll be working on this together. Thank you.
I'm going to open up to public comment now. Any members of the public like to come forward on this item, please come to the podium. State your name for the record. Do we have any speaker cards on this item?
No, Mayor, we do not.
From the public again would like to come forward on this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment, bring it back to the dais. Raymond?
I'll make a motion.
For 8 years,
Wait a second, Councilman.
I've been
Okay.
screaming about this as long as I've been here. And it's good to see this finally moving forward. It's going to make the north side of town more economically viable. And there's nothing but great things ahead when we open this. And so I thank Director Thompson, staff, Lori, Frank, everyone involved, your guys' team, because we've tried before and others have dropped the ball multiple times, as Supervisor McDaniel will tell you. But you guys picked it up and ran with it, and now we're finally going to be able to open that back up and make it easier for the residents to travel. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, I agree. When I first got on the Traffic Commission almost 20 years ago, that was one of our main goals, was to punch that through. And we had a very difficult time with staff to focus on that project, how important it is for the members of this community. We had the Air Board talking about today how easy it would be to commute right out of Bellevue, right onto 99 North. It opens up our Castle Commerce Center over here to our east, and it just makes the whole community and the county more efficient in moving people and goods. So, long time coming. Measure V, you guys hadn't passed Measure V, we wouldn't have the money to talk about this, we wouldn't be doing this project. So again, the people of Atwater have paid for what they want to get stuff done, and we're listening and we're executing, and it's great to hear that we're inching closer. We're not there yet, but hopefully soon. Any other council members want to say anything?
Yeah, I would like to say that I don't know how many times I've been in Greg's office and discussing this and trying to get it to go forward, just for the ease of our citizens to be able to go straight out and catch the freeway, especially in situations like we're having now, where Caltrans is working on the road, and it would make it so much easier. So, if nobody else has anything, I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion by Kale, second by Button.
Button,
Yes.
Raymond,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Kale,
Yes.
Creighton.
Yes, about time.
Motion passes.
Public comment.
At this time, any person may comment on any item which is not on the agenda. You may state your name and address for the record. However, it is not required. Action will not be taken on an item that is not on the agenda. If it requires action, it will be referred to staff and/or placed on a future agenda. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes.
I'm going to open the public comment now. Any members of the public in the audience like to come forward? Please come to the podium, state your name. Do we have any speaker cards?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Any item what you want to speak about? Welcome, Gabe.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and community members. I'm very happy to hear about Measure V and all the great things we've had and all the work that took, and I'm happy to present to you Measure B. Measure B like boy, the measure we're trying to push forward now regarding public safety. It's a very similar measure. Those funds will be used in the city of Atwater, voted by the citizens. That you'll start to see signs and things going up, and our committee is working hard to hopefully get that presented to the public. Again, this is for Measure B, which would be for the public safety tax here in the city of Atwater, similar to our previous Measure H. We just ask that if anybody has any questions, please reach out to either myself or community members. You can reach me at 209-617-6877, or my email is Gabriel Santos, GABRIEL SANTOS @spcglobal.net. We're more than welcome to answer any questions that the general public has. Again, this would be a 1 cent tax on only certain items within the city of Atwater. The funds can only be used for public safety here in the city of Atwater for fire and police. And this would include up to $4 million for our public safety. Again, Measure B, please vote yes on Measure B. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other members of the public that come forward at this time? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment. Council matters. Councilman Button,
I have nothing. Thank you.
Raymond,
I have nothing, thank you.
Kale.
I got you, of course. Congratulations to the city of Atwater so far. Our centennial has been going great. Congratulations to Old Town Atwater for putting up a great clock tower with the city's staff, pushing everything and getting it so that we could get it. Somebody told me we're the only city in the valley that has a clock tower. And this weekend I was in San Diego and I drove up and my wife said, "Hey, there's a clock tower just like ours." I said, "No, ours is much better." Thank you, Old Town Atwater and the city for putting that in. We had a great experience at the Speakeasy Friday night. The staff did a great job putting that together, and I'm gonna make it short and sweet too, because I'm tired. Okay.
Ambrose.
Yeah, again, thank you, Old Town, for the donation of the clock tower. It's beautiful out there. Adult fall softball registration is closing soon. If you guys have not seen this, I believe it is on our website as well. Registration closes on August 26th. That is $550 per team. The leagues are going to be men's, which is Wednesdays and Thursday evening, women's on Monday, co-ed on Tuesday, and industrial on Mondays. If you have any questions, email them to recreation@atwater.org or give them a call at 209-357-6320.
Okay, August 27th, next Saturday, this Saturday coming up, we have a vendor fair scheduled for downtown Atwater. It is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we look forward to everybody coming out for great food and crafts and vendor things. So come on out, enjoy the weekend, and have a great evening. Meeting adjourned.